What's up? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. So today is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be like a part 2 to the GRE video that I filmed prior, and if you guys haven't seen that yet, you should definitely check that out. I'll leave it in the link below or in the cards above. So I took the GRE 2 other times after that, so in total I took the GRE 3 times. Yes, 3 times. Pretty sure people take it more than that. I'm pretty sure people take it less than that, but I'm in between where I took it 3 times. I'm going to tell you today a little story on what I did, how I did, and what I used to get my grades higher than it did the first time. So if you guys are interested in that video, definitely stay tuned. Okay, so where should I begin? So the first video that I filmed, that was 2 days after I took the GRE, so everything was just fresh into my head. The first time I ever took the GRE was March 2017. When I took the GRE the first time, I used 2 books as my practice exams, and I also used online Quizlet and everything to study the words. Okay, so the first time I took the exam, I got a 277 in the verbal and math section combined, and then I got a 3 in the writing section. So the competitive score to get into the programs, or most of the programs, if it require the GRE, is a 300 and above. So I knew at that point that I had to take the test over. It wasn't something that I wanted to do, because I spent so much time studying and I built up so much anxiety in order to take this exam. Like, I'm really not a good test taker, especially if you have to sit there for like 5 hours straight. That builds up so much anxiety. It's not like I can go home, breathe, relax, talk to somebody, and then come back. But no, you have to do everything within 15 minutes and go from there. So I built up a lot of anxiety, especially when I happened to take this exam. After I took it, I was like, you know what? That's not the score I want. That's not competitive at all. So I was like, you know what? I will wait a bit, study some more, take the exam over. And that way, I at least get like an understanding on what the test was about. So that was like a little prep. So when I went home, I took like a week off from studying, and then I went back studying in depth. Now, the first time I took the exam, I did really bad in the reading section, and the math section was much higher than the reading, so it like pulled up the grade a bit. My writing was average. It wasn't like sky high, or it wasn't really below. It was like an average, so I wasn't really worried about the writing. So I studied more and more on the reading section itself. I test myself. I use the same exact books. I use more words from quiz to put into my Quizlet to just study the words back to back to back to back. The second time I took the exam was in August. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So I waited 5 months in order to take the exam again. I know when the rules with the GRE, you have to wait, I think, at least a month before you retake the exam. They won't let you register for the exam, but I waited 5 months in order to retake the exam. Tell me how I got the same exact score. I was like, I had to count that thing up like 5 different times to make sure it was accurate. Like, how did I get the exact same score from the first time I took this exam? I was like, no, there's something have to be wrong. The only difference is I got higher in the reading section and lower in the math, because I really studied for the reading. I basically forgot about doing the math, and my writing score was the 3 again. Once again, I got a 3 in the writing. So the writing I was really worried about, which I thought I should have been. So that discouraged me even more. I was like, oh no, baby. It was just not working out. I reached out to a friend of mine. So she mentioned to me, she took a course named Magoosh. Magoosh is basically an online course where you sign up online, of course. So they have 2 options with the Magoosh. You have a 1-month program, which is $120-some, if I'm not mistaken, and then the 6-month program, which is $149. When I signed up for the Magoosh, I took the 6-month course, because I was like, the 6 months and the 1 month get the same amount of questions, same exact amount of practice, same access. The 6 months versus the 1 month get. The only difference is the time span. Something else that Magoosh has that I really like is a money back guarantee. So basically, for those who already took the GRE, they guarantee if you take their program, you will get, if you do the 6-month course, you will get 5 points higher than you first got when you first take the GRE. Once you sign up for that course, you fill out an email, you send it to them, so that way they have it on file as far as your first score, and then they go from there. So once you take that exam again, if you know you didn't get higher than the 5 points that you needed, then you send it to them and then they'll give you back your money. Like, you really have to know yourself as far as in school. How did you learn? Did you prefer learning when you were taking online courses? Do you prefer learning when you were face-to-face interaction? Do you prefer studying by yourself? Do you prefer studying with peers? You learn yourself, like how you study well during that course of time, and you have to use that when taking a general exam as well. You have the option to take a captain course on campus, especially if you're right now doing your bachelor's or you're closer campus. You can sign up for that and then you can meet face-to-face with instructors on campus. In this case, I did everything online. I had the option of going face-to-face, but I prefer to do everything online because I just didn't have that time to be able to go meet someone on campus. So I did the online course. I loved it mostly for the math, because the math, it broke it down into algebra, geometry, trigonometry, everything that was on the test. They didn't teach you anything extra. Everything that was going to be on the test, they gave it to you. They broke it down, and you have the option of taking questions over and over and over, and then it tells you what you need to work on, what you did pretty good in, what techniques to use. Every time in the math section, even if you get it right or wrong, the last part of the math section, it gives you a writing area and how they break it down to get the answer, and they give you a video area. So you have the option to learn by reading, or you have the option to watching a video and seeing someone else do it. So it was really helpful in that aspect as far as the math goes. The math, I was able to understand a lot of the stuff that I was getting wrong, so it really helped you and break it down for you as far as the math goes. Writing, they didn't really have much on the writing because, to be quite honest, the book that I first used, that book helped me a lot. And I will tell you, should I tell you this? Questions that you get in those practice, like that is exactly how it's going to be on the exam. So the book that I had prior, they asked you the question, and then these are professional writers that wrote in there. But what they did differently that I liked is like they kind of brainstorm and write it down, so exactly to get like a method on how to think to answer the question. Because to be quite honest, you don't have to agree with the statement that they give you in their exam. You can disagree, but you just have to tell them why you disagree, reasons why you disagree, or you can agree. You can tell them why you agree. Time yourself, see if you can sit down for 30 minutes. Just randomly pick a paragraph or question that they normally ask you in the GRE. Read the question and just type as much as you can within a limited span, and have somebody else read it for you or somebody else criticize it for you. I had both sisters, my younger sister and my older sister, read over my essays for me. They're pretty good with writing and everything. Both, one already finished her master's, one is finishing her master's in December. So I guess I'm the only one without the master's, but it's okay. Every single time, the 3 times that I took the exam, I got a 3. So I wasn't worried about the writing at all. But the writing in the Magoosh didn't break it down into much detail, so I prefer using the book rather than Magoosh for that aspect. So what should I tell you guys about the reading section? So the Magoosh did help a lot when it comes to the reading section. The aspect into where it helped mostly is the main purpose, because it tells you how to break it down, how to think of things, which keywords to look for if an author agrees or if they disagree. So in that aspect, it helped a lot. As far as the fill in the blanks and the words that you need to know for this GRE, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, to be quite honest, I studied from online, I studied from Magoosh, I studied from the books itself. Like, I study a lot of words, but the thing is with me, if I don't know the word, I cannot eliminate it. They teach you a process of elimination as far as like what the sentence is trying to say. And when I was doing it on Magoosh, I was like, okay, I'm getting it, I kind of understand where they're coming from. But when it's time for test time, I'm like, what are they trying to say? Like, what are you trying to say? If I don't know this word, there's no way I could eliminate it. And even if I know one word, it didn't make sense in the sentence. So I'm like, okay, I can eliminate one word, but what about the other 5 that I have no idea about? So, you know, it was hard. It was difficult in that aspect. Thank God the reading section doesn't only consist of the fill in the blanks, because if it was, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Start reading a lot more. Start reading a lot of books. Start reading a lot of newsletters. Start reading a lot of journals. You'll see those words popping up a lot and you'll understand the meaning of it. And also just understand what the author is trying to say, because a lot of the times it's not even knowing the word, it's trying to know what the author is trying to say, and then you can eliminate from there. My score was bumped up higher. I got a 277 the first time, and then I got a 286 or 85. I think I got an 86. Yeah, 286 the second time, and my writing, like I said, was straight across the board a 3. But unfortunately, I didn't get into the program, so right now I'm out of school, and with me taking the GRE 3 times, it was kind of pointless because now I don't even do anything with it. It was just a waste of time, a waste of money, and a waste of effort. Maybe I will get into school later on. I don't know what the case may be, but I just wanted to give you guys my opinion. Oh, I don't know if I told you, but I took the third time. The third time I took my exam was in September, so I didn't give myself a lot of time. So last time I took it in August. The following month I took it again, and I was able to get a much higher score. So I suggest, my other tip is to definitely don't wait too long. Don't keep that huge time span, because that's what they want you to do, because you tend to forget what you already learned. So as soon as you can take that exam again, please take the exam, so that way you can get it out of the way, have the stuff that was already in your mind that you already studied in there still, so that way when you're ready for the exam, you can remember some stuff. Don't leave a big gap at all, because it will haunt you. I'm taking the GRE, especially taking the GRE 3 times. I feel like I could at least help somebody out there when they're taking the GRE and see how it goes. It could be a lot of money. If you guys don't have that money, I suggest going to like Barnes and Noble. They have the books there for the GRE and different exams. If you can, just use the book, go over it, skim through it, and do some practice questions right there. Please don't leave Barnes and Noble with the people's book before you even pay for it. But I suggest just go in there, just use it like a library. Basically go there, look at the book, read the book, get familiarized with the questions, get familiarized with the answers and the format of the exam, and use it from there, because I know a lot of people can't afford, taking courses. Is there anything else I missed? So if I forgot anything at all, or if you have any questions that I haven't answered, definitely leave it down in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If not, just message me if you feel more comfortable on that. Also, I'm a regular on Instagram as well, so a few people reached out to me on Instagram. So if you prefer to reach out to me on Instagram, I'll leave my Instagram here on the screen, so that way you can reach out to me that way as well. So you have other options to reach out to me. You have other YouTubers that's out there, you have other tutors that's out there that you can reach out to. I'm always available. If I'm not available on YouTube, I will get back to you as soon as I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I answered all the questions that I need to. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my other video.